I'm so happy because 2 episodes in a row of the 4th season of the Doris Day Show have been absolutely amazing. Who's Got the Trenchcoat is the 19th episode of the 4th season. It's directed by William Wiard, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. And the reason I'm particularly happy about this is because, as I've mentioned many times, Season 4 has been not great some of the time. Sometimes it's been pretty decent, but usually we'll have a good episode and then a bad episode. So to have 2 good ones back to back has left me pretty happy. And as I said, there will be spoilers as I discuss what happens in this. And people are collecting money for Cyril Bennett's birthday. By people, I mean Doris and Jackie. And then the next thing we know, it's time to give him his birthday present. And Jackie got him a new trench coat. She decided a trench coat would be the right gift for him. And I guess to help ease him into the new coat, she kind of gave his old trench coat away to a homeless mission, which seems like a really nice thing to do. However, Doris begins to panic because that trench coat, which is named Old Blood and Guts, is very sentimental to Cyril Bennett, and he's had it for many, many years through a lot of war efforts, and it's not in great condition, as we find out later on, but it's not something he would want to get rid of. So obviously we have the giving of the new trench coat to Cyril Bennett, and he's genuinely happy. It's rare that we see him expressing these emotions, but then he realises his old trench coat is gone, and he genuinely seems distraught, and it's not pleasant. Those few moments are not pleasant to see, and Doris takes the blame. She doesn't want Jackie to get into trouble, so she takes the blame. But she also makes an effort to track down the coat, and we get this description of how it had bullet holes and stains and appeared rotten. It definitely doesn't sound pleasant, but clearly it's been through a lot with Cyril Bennett and is kind of a representation of that, and almost like a comfort blanket that he can wrap himself up in. And Doris manages to track down the trench coat. It was given to a man called Charley Smith, who's played by Regis Toomey, and we learn that Charley Smith has been out of steady work for a long time, and he was given this coat and pretty quickly landed himself a job, and he's working in this diner, and he feels like it's really lucky. So Doris, of course, asks him for the coat. She says, I'll buy you any coat you want, anything at all, but he won't give her the coat because he now sees it as a symbol of good luck. And I don't know which team I'm on here. On the one hand, Charley Smith is well within his right to keep the coat. It was given to him, and even though Doris was willing to buy it off of him or buy him a coat in replacement, he's allowed to keep it. It's his. But at the same time, I feel like it really isn't. Maybe it's because I'm not superstitious and I'm not that bothered about lucky charms and things. So maybe if I felt that way, I'd feel differently. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, for Charley, it is just a coat. So I don't know whose side I'm on here. But Doris goes and tells Cyril Bennett that she found it, but he won't give the coat up. And Cyril Bennett goes down. Doris tries to placate the situation by having a burger and trying to get Cyril Bennett to just do the same and sit down and calm down. And Cyril Bennett wants the coat. And then it seems like Charley Smith knows Cyril Bennett, and he's read everything he's written. And I thought it was going down a different direction. I'll tell you what I thought in a moment. And then it turns out Cyril Bennett recognizes Charley Smith as well. The direction down which I thought it was going is that Charley Smith has been down on his luck, as we know, and I thought he was going to say he'd read every article Cyril Bennett had written, because as a homeless individual, that's kind of what he used for warmth, and it's not uncommon for homeless individuals to pad things out with newspaper and things, and I thought that's where they were going. And then Cyril Bennett would have realised that actually this man is really down on his luck, and he really does need that little bit of happiness, and if it brings him luck, then so be it. That's not where they went. It turns out that Charley Smith actually used to be with another paper. Things obviously didn't work out ultimately, And Cyril Bennett says that they could use him on Today's World. And that's not to say the job in the diner or the restaurant wasn't respectable or anything, but obviously getting him a job back in the field he knows, presumably a job with better pay, that was a really lovely thing for Cyril Bennett to offer. And then Charley realised that his good luck charm, the coat, had brought him the luck that he needed. And this was his ticket out of this bad situation, and it brought everybody together. And as I said, I don't believe in good luck charms like that, but it does seem like this coat has just brought Charley one good bit of luck to another, and it's a really beautiful story. And we have some great insight into Cyril Bennett, and we get to see some vulnerabilities with the character, which we don't see that often. I rather enjoyed this one a lot. I really thoroughly enjoyed the story. I really liked Charley as a character. I found it to be a very unpredictable narrative. As I said, I thought it was going in one direction and it went in a different one, and I have no complaints. In fact, I'm very happy because 2 episodes in a row have been really, really solid. Fingers crossed we can keep this up for a little longer, but for now, I'm pleased to say Who's Got the Trench Coat was a really great episode of the Doris Day Show.